And good morning, and welcome to episode 6 of a Morning Coffee with Rob. I know we're getting started a couple minutes late here, but we are at least more on time than what we have been in the past. Um, I got up a little bit earlier. I just running behind because I forgot today was recycling day and um, compost day. So I had to go out and get that done as well. Being that I don't have anyone to really talk to, I'm just going to be rambling on. We are going to try and keep ones where there's no guests to under 10 minutes. If there's anyone else watching on any of the other live streaming services, don't worry if you don't hear from me in the chats and stuff. I will get to you afterwards. I just find that during the broadcast that sometimes the chats are a little more difficult to work with at that time, and I find them a lot more distracting. So I don't spend a lot of time in the chat at that point, and I don't have it up on my screen, so that way I'm not as distracted. But that's really neither here nor there. It's just a little bit of information, so that way you're all aware of it. Well, yesterday it was definitely a Monday. Everything I turned or touched seemed to kind of turn to crap, so that kind of sucked. But in the end, it actually ended up being a really good day. So I was quite happy with how everything in the end did eventually turn out. It just took the entire day to get it to become a good day, which was fine. It happens. It's one of those kinds of days. We started off the day quite well ahead, and then we ended up not being ahead by the end of the day. But at this point, it's kind of to be what's expected. And it made me, pardon me, realize that some people have some very different perspectives as to how people are doing things. And I actually wrote a blog about it, which you can find at rob-hicks.com. I really wish I didn't have that dash in there, but it was the only way I could really get my stuff out and actually have my name on the site fairly easily. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not turning back from it now. It's just the way it's going to roll. So I like it. I think it's nice. I like my site. You can actually watch my live streams on there as well. I actually just embedded Restream into it all, which is pretty cool. I didn't know I could do that. So I have a part where I actually have Restream embedded in. I'm going to try and figure out a way of making it so it shows up on the front page as well, which I think would be pretty awesome. Yeah. This morning I got to take my kids back to their mom, which is something that normally happens on Tuesday morning. So that's it's fun and yet kind of a bummer all at the same time. Sorry, I'm pressing my my coffee down so I can start drinking it here because I do have to eventually get ready for work. So it's just getting my coffee finished off here. I'm not sure what to expect for today being a Tuesday. Sometimes Tuesdays are really good, and other days, Tuesdays are usually not too bad. I just know that the whole lockdown thing is getting tiring for a lot of people, and we're all starting to get a little antsy, especially with the fact that it's spring out there, and we're all wanting to get out and start doing more things. Luckily, where I live, the municipal trail systems are all open, so we can actually go out and walk around and hike and get some things taken care of and done, which is pretty sweet. I heard something about some of the other more provincial parks are looking at possibly opening up a little bit more as well. So more people can get out and start doing more things and start enjoying their summer and their spring first and then hopefully their summer. I know they're trying to do it in a way that will really mitigate any risk of relapse into infection and relapse into a worldwide pandemic again, which will be fine. So just kind of waiting to see how all that really pans out for people. Not me. Well, not really. If we go out and try and hike and walk around, so we try to get out and do as much as we can. We just can't get out into the provincial parks, which are where all the really good hiking stuff happens. But we still get out there and to the municipal ones and hike around and have some fun. We just would like to be able to do more of it. And we would like to actually potentially have a bit of a summer as well, which would be quite nice. So we will see how that turns out this year. Um, yeah, I don't really have a lot to talk about. I mean, yes, yesterday was a day at work, and we are made it through, and we're still alive and kicking. One thing that I did kind of notice as well is with some of the places that are open because they've been deemed as essential services, that some of the companies you would think that wouldn't be all about helping their people were definitely more about trying to help their people during this time. And some companies that you would think would be all over it because they are multi-billion dollar companies aren't as all over helping people as one would think they would be, even though they really kind of promote themselves out as being a caring and community based organization, and that it doesn't really show to be so in when it comes to a crisis like this. So and they just like they want you to just work harder, 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 earn money for the company, but they aren't willing to put money out there to help the workers and give them a little bit more. Whereas as an example, I heard that a dollar store, a big national dollar store, is paying their employees more during this entire lockdown to make sure that they are taken care of and that they can get what they need, being that they're the ones still working in the store and aren't at home being able to be with their loved ones at that time. And they're getting a 10% bump in their pay. And it's like, well, I'm like, where's that for some of the other workers that are putting their health and safety on the line? But it is kind of what it is. So we'll see how that really pans out as well. It's just something that's been kind of nagging and eating at me a little bit. But I mean, when you're more of a cog in the wheel and you're a small cog in the wheel, there's not a whole lot you can really do to probably really affect that changes quite as much, unless you can convince other people to start coming on with you and trying to affect that change as well. I know there's not a lot I can really personally do from my end, but I have brought it up, so we'll see. I know our regional manager is usually pretty good and tries to help out in those kinds of things, but it's a big organization, so I don't see much happening out of there. But that's all right. Neither here nor there at this point. Just trying to get through it all and stay healthy and safe and be able to do things still with my kids at the same time. So yeah, that's pretty much how it all rolls. If this is a good format for everybody, we can keep kind of going with this. If not, we can always look at changing it up to something a bit different as well. If you'd really like to join the conversation, there is spots always available every morning on Get Vocal. There's me plus 3 spots that are always available to pop in and have coffee and actually have a conversation as well. So if anyone ever wants to do that, you are more than welcome to. Like I said, this streams on the other services of DLive, Twitch, and Mixer and YouTube. I do go through and I check the chats afterwards. So if there's anything there, do feel free to have a conversation with me from there as well. And if you'd like to continue it on in more of a private fashion, we also do have options where we can talk over Discord, or you can find me on like Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, all at Elderobbo, so ELDEROBBO. And we can always direct message from there if you wish and continue on conversations like that. I don't have a problem with that at all myself. So if that's something you would like to do, we can definitely do something like that also, which I think would be pretty fun as well. Sorry, just one second here. Cool. So that is definitely something that we can look at doing as well. So I will actually just into the chat here. So just throwing up where you can find me rather easily as well. So that way you can find all the links if you so wish to join me in a conversation privately, or if you just want to interact in some other fashion, you can as well, besides on the live stream. Well, we've actually hit that 10-minute mark already, and I've really rambled on about a whole lot of nothing except how my day was yesterday and how I wish some companies would help take care of their employees a little bit more during this whole pandemic lockdown, and how I kind of am surprised at some of the companies that do help their employees out more, that ones I wouldn't think probably would or had the real means to, but some of them really do take a lot more care, which is pretty sweet. So being that's all been said and done, and my kids are up already as well, I am going to say adios for the day. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I look forward to talking with you some more. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and we will see you around. Remember, ride hard and live long. I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.